set up the pillar on the north and call it Boaz. And that's straight from the Bible, but it doesn't provide reason for why he named it such.
Well, you also have
You're
to,
right. Huh?
you also have to understand too that the Bible has been altered throughout time. So, I mean, I believe that a lot of that should really be looked at because there has been alterations. Because you got to remember, like at one time, the only way you could read the Bible was in Latin. It was illegal to have English translated Bibles. So I think before you start even getting into what the
That's my
Bible,
point earlier.
you know, before you even start getting into the Bible and what the Bible means, you have to understand that it's been changed even from now until the early Christian church.
Patristic interpretations is like the early church fathers, right? I'm just providing the Catholic view of what you've just brought up.
Well, it's just like with it's
wait, let me read this.
Oh, go ahead.
Early interpreters saw the names as prophetic of the church realities. The right pillar, Jachin, represents doctors of establishing the primitive church in Jerusalem, or prophets foretelling of Christ coming in the flesh. The right pillar. The left pillars, Boaz, preachers, they represent preachers sent to the Gentiles, or witnesses proclaiming Christ's redemptive arrival and bloodshed for the world.
That's called enlightenment, dude. You just found your own answer out. There is.
Yeah. Well,
that means
we're still not talking about
you just discussed Christian enlightenment right there, dude. Thank you.
No, man. Well, no, what did we
yes,
say?
you did.
What is enlightenment? Which part of what I just read sound to you like enlightenment?
Missionaries sent out to teach to those wretched Gentiles the ways of Jesus and the coming.
Yeah, and I keep objecting to the usage of enlightenment because you are usurping Buddhist terminology into a Christian.
Well, see, the word
That's right.
usurp
because when you teach somebody and someone learn, they learn from being taught.
Yeah.
Enlightenment is somebody just discovering truth on their own self.
No, it's not. Buddhists don't even believe that crap, dude. I mean, if you really want me to be literal about this, Buddhist actually puts more time and effort into their faith than what a Christian does. Like, you know what I mean? They look at Christian beliefs and they're like, oh my God, I cannot believe that you just think it's that easy. You know what I mean? They actually have a sect of Buddhism where they believe that freaking all you have to do is say freaking you believe in something and it's true. You know what I mean? And that's the same concept of what a lot of Christians believe.
Wait, Christians don't believe that.
All you have to do is accept Jesus into your heart and you're saved, dude. You don't have to do nothing else.
About what you believe or what the Catholics believe?
That's what's being taught to most of the Christians in this world. Just all you got to do is take Jesus into your heart. You're saved. You don't have to do nothing else.
Yeah, but that's not correct. That's not what I believe.
I didn't say you believe, but the majority of the people who are Christians do believe that stuff.
No, yeah, I mean, that's not what Catholics believe.
Catholics are Christians too.
Well, I mean, there are some Christians that go and say, oh, just you say this Jesus prayer and then you are saved and you can never go wrong again. But that's not what normal Christians believe.
Normal Christians do believe. People who actually take their beliefs serious don't believe that. Okay, but the average the average person who calls themselves a Christian do not actually take their religion serious. Just be serious about that. Okay. Like you really get into your beliefs. I know that you're one of those people I'm saying who's serious about it, okay? But you're not just an ordinary Christian.
I think I am. I
No,
like to
you're
think
not.
that I am.
You really do believe in what you believe in. You know what I mean? You've got a strong belief in the Christian beliefs, but not every the ordinary Christian doesn't do that.
Anyway, back you were saying that even the Buddhists don't believe in enlightenment in the term in the way that I just
Yeah, yeah, they don't.
stated.
Yeah, yeah, you've heard of the Five Noble Truths, right?
Yes.
Okay, now the Five Noble Truths, it leads into a lot more uh, deeper subjects that you have to deal with. You have to deal with your senses, the things that you smell, the things that you taste, the things that you see and hear, and you have to incorporate that into what causes desire. Okay, and you have to understand that ignorance is what freaking causes you to reincarnate later on into freaking another life with the same ignorance that you had before. You know what I mean? Because you don't give up those instincts for freaking for what did I just say? Well,
But I mean, okay, but they okay. So the final truth this they are like basic guide to a Buddhist to start on the journey to discover the truth. How do they discover the truth by themselves?
they
Like
don't.
they
I mean,
meditate, don't they? They go and they meditate
okay.
and hope to become enlightened.
Well, you know they've got religious organizations just like you do in your Catholic church, right? Like they don't just sit around meditating all day. They've actually got spiritual leaders that they talk to, and like you have your priests. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah, yeah.
It's like they're not just sitting under a tree freaking meditating all day, dude. Where did you come up with such nonsense, Dan?
From Gautama Buddha, man. He's the first one that did it.
Well, he actually is something that is in a lot of controversy too, because like you know how the Christian church has a lot of different denominations. There's different groups of Buddhists too who have their different interpretations of all that.
Yeah,
But you,
yeah. But he was the first Buddhist, wasn't he?
right, and see he actually came from a rich, extravagant family, and he gave up his rich, extravagant ways and became Buddha.
Hmm.
And it all started.
But he come which religious tradition did he come from? He didn't just go out of the blue and be found his own tradition. He's got some grounding.
Well, see, I go a different direction. I go according to uh, historical truth. I don't do the religious path. Now, for me, I know that Buddha originally was Hindu. He wasn't.
Yes,
He wasn't. He
from the
wasn't.
Brahmanic tradition.
Right. Now you'll hear a lot of people who say differently, but that's what I've learned. I've learned that
Okay.
he was actually Hindu,
Yep.
and
Yep.
you know I know a lot of people have their opinions on that too, but I find that like Hindus actually have more love and compassion in their hierarchical structured society than what even the Buddhists or the Christians do. Like they seem to show more love and compassion towards their fellow man if you really get into their writings. But that's more on a personal, human to human relationship. Like they really say that you should respect one another a lot more than what people really do, and you don't see that as much in the Buddhist or the Christian religion. That's my take.
Yeah. Okay, so they're better practitioners of their faith than Christians and Buddhists.
Mostly, yeah. And they have really, really cool stories. Like, I mean, you guys, your stories don't really match up to the Hindu stories. Those are really cool. Like, I love reading about the Naga. You know what I mean? The Nagas are just the most amazing stuff to get into. And then you start reading about uh, what was his name? He was Vishnu. Vishnu actually slept on a bed of Nagas. His bed was a Naga king.
What is a Naga?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What is a Naga?
Naga.
I was going to ask you to define.
Well, Naga is a reptile, a reptilian with a human head and stuff like that.
Aliens.
No. Well, it all depends on which genre
Well,
you're talking to. A lot of people
depends
do.
what you mean by alien.
A lot of
quite
people,
The kind that is the robot.
yeah. Well, this is going to be on the wonderful world of weirdness, so we can talk about aliens and we can talk about ghosts and stuff too. But yeah, that it depends on what genre you're involved in. Like there are people who believe that the Nagas were aliens. So yeah.
As an extraterrestrial.
Yeah, but as an extraterrestrial. Which, if you really want to get into the more specifics of a lot of that, you really need to learn about the history of the relationship between the bird and the reptile and the snake, or the reptile period. Like that's intertwined in a lot of history. You know what I mean? And different cultures all around the world practiced it. So
are we going into sort of dragon mythology now?
Kind of. You have to incorporate the bird into it too.
Or at least in the sense of the Chinese concept.
Well, look at our emblem of the bald eagle with the snake in its claws. Okay, here in the United States. And I believe Russia even had it at one time, didn't they? With the bald eagle with the snake in its paws. It was a symbol, wasn't it?
Not sure.
The Sumerians had a story where an eagle was perched on the top of the tree and a snake with its babies were perched at the bottom. And when the snake left its freaking den, the bird went down and killed its babies. And it's a very, very interesting story. And the Sumerians were the first known civilization in history, in the history of mankind. You know, now
That we know about.
right. Now you had the Ubaid, but they were a culture. They weren't a civilization.
Okay, back to Boaz. I'm thinking, reading a little bit more, and I'm just thinking the naming is just coincidental.